issues about this thing called life. What propels someone to go into mission? This will be answered by our young couple in this episode today. They are a missionary couple married since 2006 and they have 5 children. Welcome to Buhay Parang Life, Javi and Des Padilla. Hello, Javi and Des. Welcome to Buhay Parang Life.
Hello, it's a privilege to be here. Thank you for having us.
Hello.
Thank you so much for giving us your time. Alam ko ang dami-dami yung ginagawa at ang dami nyo ring anak. Ang sabi nga ni Javi, how do you want to be introduced? Sabi niya, missionary couple, married since 2006. Ang babata pa. Your children are 13 to 5.
Yes, 13 to 5. This year, even numbers sila, 14 to 6. Yung spacing kasi nila every 2 years.
So may year na odd number.
Yes.
So, this is a young missionary couple. So Javi and Des, tell our viewers, when did you start serving? Did you start in the parish or in a community agad? What is your story?
Well, I think yung story ko interesting because my parents were founders of a Christian community in 1981. So I was born in 1977.
Javi, mention your parents. Yes.
Frank and Jerry Padilla. Yes. Yeah. And when I grew up in community. Pero basically, syempre, when you're growing up, it's part of your life every day, you take it for granted. So in my early life, hindi talaga ako masyadong active. Yeah. I was always brought to assemblies, brought to these things. Pero hindi talaga, it wasn't a decision on my part. It wasn't a way of life on my part. Parang dinadala lang ako.
How old were you then, Javi, nung busy sa community yung parents mo?
Siguro I was 6 years old when it started. So up to my teens, sobrang busy sila, sobrang daming assemblies, mission trips. Pero ako, it was just, okay, it's something that I attend pag Sundays or pag may events, but it never really went into my heart until I graduated from college. And when I graduated from college, they forced me to go to a mission trip to the Visayas. And that really nag-change talaga yung outlook ko doon because I really felt the love of the community. I felt it was really a family. And I really felt that this is something that is changing lives. Because siguro I just was blind to that beforehand. And ever since then, since 1997, when I graduated from college, when I came back from that mission trip, I said I wanted to be a full-time missionary. And ever since then, tuloy-tuloy na.
Okay, so iyan ang beginnings mo. So si Des naman, do you have the same story as Javi?
No. Different kami. Very actually complete opposites yung story na. Ako, I grew up Catholic school, ganyan. Yung parents ko they're more like, hindi kami, may mga times pupunta kami sa mass, pero may mga seasons na hindi. So parang ganon.
Right, oo. So medyo ganun yung environment.
Yeah, nag-grocery, meron times na wala. So hindi siya talaga naging in a way, hindi siya consistent. So,
hindi consistent,
pero
right?
may faith naman yung mom ko, ganyan. So, pero hindi talaga namin siya na live out in a way. Tapos, I think in my last term of college, I joined a youth camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then parang nagtuloy-tuloy na from there. So kaya I have a special yung campus ministry in whatever it has a special place in my heart kasi doon ako na palapit sa Diyos.
Mm-hmm.
Yun nga, I think parang last year ang tinatapos ko na lang yata tapos na yung yung
term paper ka na lang? Nagtithesis ka na lang?
Parang nagtatapos na lang ako ng mga na-drop na outlet, yung gano'n.
So you had time to go to a camp?
Yeah, so parang if I had not extended or had that stayed at one term, lang iisip ko yun, baka hindi ako nag-camp, ganyan. So
siya hinanap niya.
Yeah.
Ako was always there pero hindi ko hinanap.
So opposite. Tapos I even went to that camp without knowing anyone. Parang gano'n, nag-sign up lang ako, ganyan. So it was really, hindi rin siya actually something na ginagawa ko talaga. Pero I guess, iba yung tawag ng Diyos So I did it like that.
So, saan kayo nagkakilala?
Well, I went full-time. I became a full-time missionary in 1997. So siya din, when did you go full-time?
99.
99.
Oh,
So we
okay.
were both full-time
In
missionaries.
our
All right. What made you decide? Ang narinig ko, Habi, sa kwento mo, nung after the Visayan trip,
Mm-mm.
doon mo ba naisip that you wanted to go full-time?
Yes. Actually, funny story yun. Kasi I came back from mission trip. I spent 2 weeks going around Iloilo, Calibo, and all these places with a group of young people. Siyempre, nung pinadala ako ng parents ko, they thought it was something to get me active. So when I came back, the flight was late and then I got home mga midnight na. I went straight to their room. I woke them up and I said, Dad, Mom, I want to be a full-time missionary. And siguro nagulat sila pero they woke up, they said okay, then they fell asleep. Siguro antok na, parang they thought they were dreaming siguro. And from then on, it was tuloy-tuloy na.
So, Habi, how old were you there? At what stage in your life were you? Were you done with university, with
Yes.
college?
I
Tapos
just
ka na,
graduated.
were you working?
So, no, not yet. I was in between. So
You
I
were
was
in between.
22 at that time.
Parang napakabilis ng decision mo to go full-time. Kasi I can imagine, hindi ba, kapag kaka-graduate lang natin, like when you were studying, wala ka bang ibang career plans?
Meron naman. I was taking up management and then humanities. So marami talaga akong plans to get into different things after college. But I guess na when God calls you, and it was really such a strong feeling, not only in my mind but in my heart, and I just had to say yes and just go do it. So parang wala nang choice at that time.
A strong feeling.
Yes.
So what about you, Des? From the youth camp, there was no turning back to community. Anong sabi mo sa sarili mo after the camp?
Parang from the youth camp, parang it was a really good experience. Pero parang for a few weeks, hindi ako naging active or kasi nahiya ako. Tapos someone it was a blessing. I always tell this brother, close friend na namin siya now. He gave one of the talks. And then parang schoolmate ko din siya. So out of the blue, napadaan ako sa tambahin. Tapos parang nag-hi lang siya. Hi sis, he didn't even know my name, ganyan. Tapos parang after nun, nagtuloy-tuloy na. Parang I became active. I really spent time. Parang dahil nga konti na lang yung units ko, kahit saan pwede nila akong dalhin. There were activities.
Naging blessing yung extension
Yes.
sa kolehiyo.
There are activities here and there, dinadala nila ako. Tapos nagkaroon ako ng exposure dahil nga hindi mabigat na yung load ko. I had exposure to the missionaries, to the full-time pastoral workers. So parang sabi ko, last term na yun, parang sabi ko, I want to do this. Tapos parang, though I still, nagkaroon pa ako ng corporate job.
Nagtrabaho ka pa?
Yes, nag-work ako mga 2 months eh. Kasi parang first week into my job, nagpaalam na rin ako sa boss ko.
Because saying,
ma'am, I don't think I will be staying long because I think I'm called to mission. Pero that time, wala pang job offer, wala pang anything, but it was what I wanted. So I told her na mag-resign po ako, but sige, kasi nga kahahire lang ako, I had to stay. Di ba, syempre, they had to find someone else.
right.
I had to stay for 2 months. And then
you told your employer, I am called to mission. How
Yes.
sure were you that there was a calling? Si Javi was a strong feeling, ikaw?
Kasi it was what I wanted to do. Parang hindi siya yung gusto kong gawin palagi. Hindi siya parang for me, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. Kasi kaya naman eh. A lot of people do have corporate jobs, day jobs, and then they continue with their community, they serve a lot. But for me, kasi yung personality ko, sabi ko nga, ang galing din ni Lord. Kasi hindi ako yung type na I have a 5-year plan. Hindi ako ganon. Parang sige ito, parang paisa-isa.
Paisa-isa. Okay.
Paisa-isa, tapusin natin to, ganyan.
How did your parents take it? With Javi, I can super understand.
Yeah. They were shocked. But
it's like genetic. Pero anong sabi mo sa parents mo? Kasi like any parent, parang we have dreams for our children,
Yes.
di ba? So parang we want to see them in the corporate offices or in professions, business. Anong sabi ng parents mo nung sinabi mo?
Sa akin, kasi they're very supportive of whatever I do. Kasi mabait
Right.
naman akong bata eh. Hindi naman ako naging,
I'm sure.
honestly, hindi naman ako naging problema ng parents ko, ganyan. So, I told them, tapos parang yung hesitation lang ng parents ko is like parang, are you sure? Parang, kasi they wanted me to go into like banking. Mga ganon yung
Mga
parang,
ganon, diba? Normal dreams.
Oo. Pero sabi ko, hindi po kasi yun yung, that's not what I want to do. Tapos, parang, kasi nakita naman ng parents ko yung desire ko and talagang firm ako about it. So, parang, kahit may hesitation, sinuport pa rin nila ako. So, even so, my entire missionary life, they really supported me.
So, saan kayo nagkilala? Doon ba kayo sa mission field nagkilala ni Javi? What is your love?
Kasi we joined the same community, but when I started working I was in a different department. So, kind of like what I'm doing now, mga merchandise, ganyan. Doon kami nagkakilala. We even attended the same CLS for singles. Kasi nga, graduate na kami, youth eh. Pero that time, magkakilala lang kami. Hindi, parang malaking group naman kasi yun. Tapos, so it took a number of years din. Then eventually, from working for yung doing merchandise, napalipat din talaga ako sa doing pastoral work. Kasi kahit when I was doing the work ng merchandise, may active core group, may active group naman din ako na inaalagaan at nag-aalaga sa akin. So after I think 2 years, naging boss ko pa siya.
Hindi ko ginamit yun
Naging head ko siya sa youth.
Parang gusto ko sabihin, Javi, parang ang tagal mo namang na-discover na gusto mo pala si Des. Kasi
actually,
parang narinig ko sa kwento niya, matagal na kayo.
Actually, that's true. I think it came to a point na I really took an interest in her because she went on mission to Zimbabwe for 1 year. So nung nag-apply siya doon, parang doon na I started taking an interest until she came back. So when she came back, doon na, tuloy-tuloy na.
Pero we were
na-miss mo siya bigla, ganon?
Baka na-miss ko or baka na-realize ko na, wow, this girl it's really to go to Zimbabwe for 1 year. So parang there's something special about her.
Pero we weren't even really communicating a lot because you were communicating with my partner eh. So hindi kami madalas mag-usap that time. Ano pa yun? Email, Friendster.
Multiply, mga ganyan.
Parang gusto ko sabihin, malabo yata mata dito si Javi. Ganda-ganda ni Des. Hindi na kagad nakita. So you're saying...
Focus sa mission muna.
So, you went to Zimbabwe. So, okay, both of you tell us. Kwento nyo ang missionary life nyo. Where have you been? What have you done? The people you have encountered. So, unang-una mong mission field, kumbaga outside the country is Zimbabwe. Des, how was it?
Yes, for me. That was kasi before that, locally lang ako. So, I was assigned to campuses. And then also to Southern Tagalog, so sa Bicol area. And yung after nung Bicol ko, that's when I applied for, kasi I think the second year that they opened foreign mission for us, the youth missionaries. I applied during the second year for Zimbabwe. We were a group of 9 people. Kami divided into 3 countries. We even had a older handmaid, older missionary. Yes, Tita Menchi. She was assigned to do the mission naman for the older women. So siya yung kasama namin, pero basically we had our own assignment. So from there, we also visited, doon yung base namin was Zimbabwe. Pero I think that was a time then yun yung time na may shortage sila sa bread, may parang mahal yung gas. So yung parang going there, talagang parang
challenging.
Parang yung mindset was like you have to walk a lot, mga ganon. Pero okay naman. It wasn't as bad. Para I think it's always naman, di ba, parang what you hear is actually worse than what it is.
Right.
So it was a very different experience for me to really be hosted. We were hosted by locals, walang Filipino kasi doon sa community namin doon in that area. So I had that experience, really parang taking care of yun nga, yung how the Zimbabweans are. They're very much like Pinoys. Very warm, very family-oriented. Yun na.
So what was your goal? Anong objective nyo pagka you are sent to mission areas like this, like in Zimbabwe? Ano yung goal nyo? To convert them to the faith?
Actually, it's more of, kasi we're based naman in a specific parish where we already have members.
Parish,
It's
sa
really,
parokya.
yes. So hosted kami by a parish, we're really connected to the priest. So it's more of us doing activities for them and then conducting more youth camps, kids camps. So if we can encourage more people to join and participate. And if
Alright.
we can open new areas,
Yeah.
yun din.
So after Zimbabwe, you went back to the Philippines.
Yes, I did. I went back to the Philippines and then I got assigned naman to the singles ministry.
And then we got married.
Hindi naman.
Hindi pa. Hindi agad-agad. Pero eventually.
Ikaw, Javi, saan ka pinadala? Or saan ka
Actually-
apply magpunta?
Yeah. Well, my missionary life, I think I've been blessed a lot to be able to go to different places, hindi lang in the Philippines, but in different countries around the world. I used to go really to build up our areas, especially our youth ministries and our single sections. So I was able to go to Africa as well, like also South Africa, to Ghana. I was able to go to Europe, Caribbean, Latin America, all these other Asia, all these other countries. So it's really such a blessing to be able to experience all of that.
But you're short. But he was shorter missions.
Yeah, hindi siya long term, hindi siya 1 year. I think my most was about 3-4 months in a place.
Oh, okay. So, ano yung mga nagpa-pop up if right now as you are talking about the different countries where you've been, ano yung top of mind mo because of an unusual or an exciting experience?
Oh, well, sa Ghana, I think one of the most exciting parts was Ghana. When we went there, the town we went to, wala pang electricity. And I think we were the first Asians they've ever saw. So when I got there, wala silang experience of a person with straight hair.
Black hair, but
Black
straight.
hair and straight hair. So the
Alright.
kids were always touching my hair and after eating, so punong-puno ng pagkain yung buhok ko. Pero it was really different for them. So it was a great experience of new cultures.
Oh, wow. So tell our viewers, the joys, pains, and frustrations in being a missionary.
Wow. Well, the joy really
Joyce muna tayo, Joyce.
the joy talaga is answering the call of God for you. When I went full-time, I distinctly heard him say, Javi, I want you to spread my love to as many people around the world as fast as you can. And answering that call really gives me great joy until today.
Javi, excuse me, you said you distinctly heard God tell you. In what form was that? Was it a voice or a Bible verse or from someone in community or in your family?
I think it was, I can't say it was a voice, pero in one of my prayer times, parang it was a sense, and it came clearly in those words. Yeah. So yun yung pinaka-joy ko, to be able to still do that and to still answer that call until now. Well, I'm not the one who's going to different places around the world now as often, pero I'm still answering that call in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Des? Your joy?
My joy is really, friendly. Ako yung friendly sa aming dalawa. So
mas friendly ka pa.
Yan, sociable yan.
So it's really the experience with people and seeing them grow in their relationship with the Lord. Kasi iba-iba rin yung experience ng mga tao. So makikita mo iba-iba rin yung way nila how they want to parang share it or how they're experiencing it. So for me, it's really yung interaction, yung helping them go through that journey. Kasi syempre parang aside naman from you being matatouch ka ni God, He also sends people, di ba, to touch you, whether to inspire you, to really see you the value of mission or the life that you're living, ganyan. So sa akin yun, and yung experience, akin yun, yung 1-year mission ko, actually 1 year lang naman yun. Pero it is very memorable kasi nga, it was a different culture, it was a different continent. Prior to that, I've never spent time with Africans or blacks, yung mga ganon. So talagang coming out from the cold in a way yung experience ko. Pero ako, I wouldn't change it for anything or exchange it for anything. But it was really a different experience, and always I see it always as a blessing. And that's also what I tell people, yung mga younger than me. Say ko, if you can, you do that. 1 year or longer mission outside, because it will really you will grow a lot, and it's a different experience, especially if that's the Lord's calling for you.
Yes. What about pains and frustrations?
I think pains and frustrations, because it's a different way of life. So if you're looking towards having a life of a big house, lots of cars, traveling all the time, first class vacations, talagang wala yun dito. Because this is answering the call of God for you. So it's a call really to a simpler life, the basics siguro, and really just using what you need. So the frustration, I guess, would come into if you compare yourself with your contemporaries, yung mga classmates mo dati na siguro their level of their jobs, or mga CEO na sila or whatever. You really get frustrated if you compare yourself to that. But you always have to keep in mind, you have to always keep in mind na, this is your call, your special call.
And it's a decision also.
And it's your decision to make. So, just keep yourself grounded in that way.
Right. So what does it take to be a missionary? Ano ang kailangan? Aside from already, you receive a call from God. You are sure, you have strong feelings that you are called to mission, to a certain mission. So what do you think? What does it take to be a missionary and love being one? Kasi iba yung missionary ka, pero ang sakit-sakit o ayaw mo. What I'm seeing in both of you is you love being missionaries. You are living the life. Full-time missionary kayo. So what does it take to be a missionary? To be missionaries like you?
I think what it takes is you have to be sure that God has called you to it, because that gets you through every day. There are days that are super easy. There are days that are difficult. But if you know in your mind and in your heart that this is what God has called you to do, you have a purpose and He has something planned using you, then the days go by really easily, and you remain focused and you find joy in it. Once you lose that focus, mahirap na, you'll just keep complaining.
Ako din, I always believe kasi na we all have a different role, whether in the community or even outside. So if you're called to be a doctor, be a good doctor. If you're called to be a teacher, be an excellent teacher. So parang it has to really be a calling. Hindi lang din siya pwedeng parang
job lang.
Kasi kailangan gustuin mo din talaga eh. Kasi hindi naman siya hindi siya madali.
Right.
Yun nga yung you won't earn as much as the people the same age as you, yung ganyan. There are many decisions that you really have to, not really sacrifice, but kami naman, we decided on a simple life, mga ganyan. So it has to be what you, not just what the Lord is calling you to do, but for you also, is it something that you want to do as well? Kasi I believe also na diba, you have a choice naman in what you do. So it has to be something that you will do and you know that you will grow in. And I also believe na not all naman din are called to be missionaries forever. Meron kasi mga tao na for them, it's what they'll do na until they retire, I guess. But for me, I also see na minsan tinatawag ka lang din ni God for a specific time in your life. So for me, if He calls you to do something else when you're a bit more mature, a bit older, I think it's good because at least you're still listening to what He wants for you to do and not just staying just because you don't know what else to do. So I think it's it.
So sabi mo, you don't have to be a mission. You mentioned forever. So how do you see your future? Kayong dalawa.
No.
Ako kasi I parang nag full time na ako. Lumabas na rin ako eh. Parang I also did jobs in between. I worked na in a school environment, corporate setting ulit, ganyan.
So nag-try ka na, Des, to go out of the mission?
Sa amin, ako yung, nakalabas na ako kasi parang there was also a certain point in the life of our community that it can only have a few missionaries. And
Okay.
since parang in our case and in some of our friends' case ng mga spouse na mag-asawa, parang kami, sige, we will look for work outside kasi we also to continue your mission. So parang in a way between the two of us,
Give and take,
yeah, you
support.
can contribute more, parang ganyan. So in my case, I worked outside, yun, I worked sa school, ganyan. Pero I always see kasi na lagi pa rin may tawag, parang may, alam mo yun, meron pa rin active talaga kami, active pa rin kami. So when there was an opportunity and then I became active again in our, this where I work now in Signs and Wonders, yung merchandise, parang I got involved initially lang as parang a consultant.
Right.
Then eventually said, why don't you go back? Kasi ako pa yung may hesitation, are you sure this is the right, parang is it the right for me? Baka you might be able to find someone else kasi yun nga that are more that are better in doing this job. Pero yun nga parang yun. So I realized that it's something that God is calling me to do and I also want to go back. So parang for me nga blessing na I'm able to go back to this mission even after.
this nung
But for his
lumalabas
case,
nung lumalabas ka din sa mission, ano yung nararamdaman mo? Were you happy or were you really longing to be in the mission field?
I guess kasi I got married, I had kids, so parang hindi na rin siya masyado yung I had to weigh din parang yun din na parang for me nga dahil active naman siya, he was working pa rin for community as a missionary. I was supporting him. So parang very active pa rin kami, regularly attending, ganyan. So hindi siya nawala sa amin.
Sunod-sunod kasi kids namin every 2 years, 5 of them.
Nakita ko nga, 15 to ano ba? So I can imagine, hatak-hatak niyo yung mga bata ngayon sa ano?
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
All our prayer meetings, assemblies, dala namin yan lahat.
Yeah.
So how do you see your future? You being the head of the family, the future of the family.
I think it's, for me, for missionary work, I think tuloy-tuloy na to. We're doing so much work and it's really a calling that I have taken to heart for the past 20 plus years. And it's a blessing because we are bringing our kids also with us now. So every week they have Bible study sessions. Ngayon online, pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin. They get to love and grow with the community. All our best friends are in community. So now all their friends are also in community. So it's our way of changing the world little by little by bringing our kids in, bringing their friends in. So if everybody is in a better place with their faith and in their community life, I think the world will really benefit from that.
I say amen to that. Anong sasabihin nyo if one of your children or maybe 2 or 3 of them would say, I want to be like you, a full-time missionary?
That's a blessing, I think, because then we've been good witnesses to them. Gusto nga namin magpare or magmadre sila.
Gusto namin may
ilang lalaki nyo?
We have 1 boy, pero okay lang yun.
Yeah.
Gusto magpare, game.
Game tayo dyan.
Our youngest, she says she wants to be a sister.
So hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully.
Hopefully we'll see that. Okay, any final message to our viewers who are trying to figure out their calling in life?
Ladies first.
For me, always be open to wherever and whatever the Lord wants you to do. Kasi si Javi was my first boyfriend, first and last. So even though I had a desire to find the right person to marry, parang I really saw my time as a single person as a time to really be better. Hindi ko siya nakita na parang, syempre may moments na you long, pero parang hindi ko siya nakita na hindi siya sayang kasi dami ko namang nagawa parang ganyan. Parang I think I made the most of what I could do at that time when I was single. So I think, try to live your life to the full, but never forget that there should be a place for the Lord. Huwag naman yung to the full, pero kung ano-ano na, tas wala ka naman time sa Diyos. I think that's also why we are blessed individually and both of us together. Kasi, I think because we we saw and heard what or we found our place, we found our vocation, we found our calling, yun. So I think for, even if you are not called to mission, parang ask and pray for what the Lord wants you to do. Kasi that is what's important eh. Yun nga eh, there is a plan for you. So I think that is really something that everyone should desire to know. Not what you want to do. Kasi marami yun eh. Pero it's more of what
The
the Lord.
plan, God's plan.
Yes.
Okay, Javi.
I think if you're called to be a missionary, jump. Yeah, don't be afraid. This is the best life ever. The rewards are out of this world,
Yes.
and you will really be fulfilled. Not in the physical monetary ways, but really in the way that you see lives being changed, because they see your witness, they hear what you have to say, and they see that you're trying to live a good life as well. And people need that. If that's one thing I realized going into different places around the world, is that people are so hungry and they're really searching for God. And once you have that opportunity to tell them about God, their lives change.
Yes.
So if you have that opportunity, go take it. It's the best life ever, best decision ever.
Amazing, beautiful. Thank you so much, Javi and Des Padilla. More power. May God bless your journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let us all pray for God's plan for us, because He has a plan for us. And as He has promised in the book of the prophet Jeremiah, for I very well know the plans I have for you, a plan for a future full of hope. This is Rita Day Reed reminding you today, haba-habaan po ang pasensya sa pagkatambuhay para ang life.